Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are having on this journey to unconditional love. And so the message today is about the Dragonfly. And the reason why this is because it came through in someone's healing the other day. And then, as with everything, then other things happened around the Dragonfly. And this video is, I just searched for Dragonfly because Dragonfly actually sheds its entire skin before it gets set free. And so that is the guidance of what I'm getting. It's that basically your divine counterparts are literally shedding their old skins. And so with that, you know, that would be a fairly scary process, right? If you can imagine, you're actually climbing out of your old body into, you know, basically a metamorphosis into your new person. So of course that would be quite scary, and you probably want to fight that at certain points, right? Which is why you can never take what your twin is saying to you on face value. Because they will want to push you away until they feel in their own, they're ready, right? And so, because that is a process. Now, the reason why I know this, again, you have to read, this is why I say you have to be like Sherlock Holmes, because you have to read into, never, ever, ever take anything on face value, right? Because the reason why I say this is because I've had messages overnight about people saying my twin's doing this, this and this. I'm having a panic. I'm thinking I'm crazy. I'm thinking that I've read into all these signs and all of this. And I'm like, okay, again, never take something on face value. Go within and ask within what is your truth, right? Because, of course, if you look at what's happening in your 3D and things that they might say to trigger you, then of course that will send you off onto a crazy tangent, because they're going through their own process. Now I'll show you why this is so perfect to come out today. This Dragonfly is actually about to shed its skin and come out of its old body. Now the point that this happens is number 5, which is change, and 11 on here, right? Oh no, this video is 5:11 long. But when I scroll down into the comments, and there's not that many comments, but the fact that this is, the person that has loaded the video is called a foraging photographer. And that's why I knew straight away, because my twin does photography. And also, I mean, he does many things, but one of them, he does photography as well. And he's also told me that he has been foraging at, you know, at one point in a conversation, very specifically, he said that he's been foraging. And I remember sort of remarking about it because I thought, oh, it's such a funny word. And we like to have a play on words and things like that. So anyway, so as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I know this is him. Right, so I scrolled down, and this is why I mean all of our higher selves are helping each other on this journey, because this is what you need to look for, right? Okay, so look at this. There's a guy that says, that person sneezing made me think it's the Dragonfly going nuts while transforming. Which is brilliant. Because that's exactly how you might feel. You know, you might want to, because the person that is triggering that transformation is you. And so maybe that does fill them with a bit of, you know, fear, which is why they're trying to push it away. Because, of course, it means changing their life to be with you, right? That is the essence of what happens, is that they have to change their life to be with you. And that is a scary place. The other thing that was brilliant is that the guy has put, the one straight underneath that, I noticed this straight away, is that somebody has put the Nade, not Nymph. And it had gaming next to it. So we've had lots of messages about gaming and them, you know, them play, you know, when I see healing, sometimes I see them playing a game, you know. So the reason why I knew that is because when I then looked at it, he says the Dragonfly is undergoing a metamorphosis from nymph to adult form. So he got it wrong. This is a broad-bodied chaser Dragonfly. Right, so this confirms everything that I've been saying. Because if your divine counterpart is at the moment having lots of relationships and going, you know, essentially being the nymph, they need to change from that into their adult self, right? The self that says, okay, I want to be with just one person. I want true love. I want to have that heart connection. I want to feel love rather than going through the act of just having lots of sexual partners for gratification rather than actually feeling an intense, emotional, loving connection. And I've also been saying that that they will want to chase you, right? In the end, after all of this has come, that's why you have to just relax, because when it comes to it, they will want to come to you. So I'm going to read that again. It says, Dragonfly undergo metamorphosis from nymph to adult form. This is a broad-bodied chaser dragonfly who is literally coming out of his skin and into the new, and basically leaving his old self behind and being refreshed into the new. So that's one thing. So if you have a divine counterpart that is, you know, basically playing the field and doing everything that they can to really block themselves from love, then you know that that is a process that they have to go through. Their transformation has to happen, right? But they might fight that transformation for as long as it takes for them to go through their lessons, right? And that's why you can't hurry love, right? That song, Phil Collins, you can't hurry love. You just have to wait. And that's exactly what you do, right? This dragonfly coming out of its shell takes, I mean, if you think how tiny a dragonfly is, and actually it takes quite a long time, because the you know, the process of it actually coming out of itself is, you know, relatively speaking, you know, it's 5 or so minutes long, and he's edited it down as well. So, you know, that's why it's so dangerous to ever focus on time, because focus on the fact that you're living together already. You know, you are together, that, you know, feel their energy around you. Somebody also has sent me a link overnight of an article about telepathy in music. And of course, we have so many of our messages through music. And so I will put that link into the description box as well, because for those of you that are doubting things because your twin is giving you reason to doubt stuff again, but you are getting messages and songs, then read that. Well, everyone read the article. It's a good article, and again, it confirms exactly, you know, that it is a, you know, using music is a perfect way of bringing messages to you. So this is why I love this, right? So there's 3 things that I love about this. The fact that he's saying he actually made an accident and said nymph. Which is just brilliant. Nymph to adult form. That's brilliant. The second one is about that it's the chaser. The next one is that it's the foraging photographer. Because forage, what do you have to look for? And what are we doing? We're literally foraging around because they are dropping these amazing bits of information for us to follow. And we have to then be the investigator to look for these things. This is what I mean. But this is very clearly saying, okay, I thought I was going nuts whilst I was transforming, right? And that's what you have to remember. So if they are saying things to push you off the track or whatever, it's because they're feeling nuts inside, because they think, shit, I've got to change my life, and I've got to change, you know, maybe whatever they're doing, they're quite liking what they're doing. You know, if they're playing the field and they don't have any responsibilities and they're just kind of like, you know, living this kind of like carefree life, and suddenly they, you know, in their heads they think, I'm going to have to settle down in a relationship. But actually, the irony of it is that there will be no greater freedom than when they come to you. That is the irony of the whole thing, right? Which is why the big cosmic joke is so brilliant, right? Because actually what the universe is showing you is that only love is the truth, and only true love actually gives you freedom, right? But that's why so many people are fearful. I mean, that's the irony. That's the brilliant irony, because people run away from it for fear of it. But actually, the biggest juxtaposition of the whole thing is that love is the only way to get your freedom, which is brilliant. And the reason, look at this as well. I mean, there's I've been saying about 27 being the walking away card. Now, the dragonfly in my medicine book is number 27, right? Not only that, but when I looked at this for the dragonflies, there is a dragonfly, again, another dragonfly coming out of its skin. And it's totally out of its skin. Look at this. And it is 2 minutes 27 long. And against it, it has 33 likes, right? So 33 is the doorway to romance, and 27 is the walking away card. So the dragonfly message for today is: dragonfly breaks the illusions. It brings visions of power and no need to prove it, because now is the hour. Know it, believe it, and Great Spirit intercedes, feeding you, blessing you, and filling all of your needs. So that's the big message today, is don't live. The dragonfly is all about illusion as well. So don't live in an illusion. You know, focus on love. Focus on the feeling that you have in your heart. When somebody sent me a message last night because they actually met up with their twin for the first time in a long time last night. But although they were together, he was saying things that would push her, which would push her away. And I was like, but look at his actions, and also always look at the eyes. There is no getting away from the eyes. Like when I see my twin, he can barely look at me, right? Because it's all in the eyes. Because as soon as your eyes are the windows to your soul, right? And your eyes never ever lie. So when I look at my twin, and when we look at each other, it's like that deep, intense knowing, right? And there's no getting away from it. That's why he won't look at me. I mean, to the point that I'm, you know, like he really tries to avoid it, because he knows. I mean, he was the first one that said to me, I've met the other half of me. And at the time I didn't realize that. But now, of course, he had that recognition first of all, but then shut it down completely, right? But there's no denying it, right? There is no denying it. So that's what this is why it's so important to see beyond the illusion, right? And remember that this transformation process that they're going through is literally a metamorphosis of like an outer body experience. And so, yeah, they might feel like they're going nuts. So give them some compassion, you know, even if they say things to trigger you, just brush it off your shoulders. Just go, oh, you can see through the illusion of that. So be strong in your love vibe. You know, this is the challenge. And my twin has said some horrendous things that would make most people run a mile, I'm telling you. I mean, this is why this message about the nymph and about all of that is just perfect. So you just have to know your truth, right? What is in your heart? What do you know for you? And whatever they say or what anyone else says doesn't matter. It's about you, right? So follow your own truth, follow your own heart, follow your own guidance. All right. But if you do need help, because of course I know as well that's not always easy to do. So if you want to have a message from your twin, I'm doing a new offering of only $10, and I will get a message for you and write it and send it to you on a picture. It's just going to be a quick message to say what do they want you to know if your high is good now. But all other readings and healing offerings are all in the description box. All right, hope that helps. And remember, fight the illusion to go deep within. All right, take care. Bye.